morning everyone. It's great to have you joining with us today. I'm Glenda and I have a story for the kids today about praying. But first, who can remember what we talked about last week? Last week Kathy talked about our responsibilities to God and to one another as members of a family, so that we can be a family that loves one another and honours Jesus in everything that we do or say. Today's story is about a man who was a judge. He was given big responsibilities to the whole community. A judge helps people sort things out when they can't agree with one another. He listens to both sides and then makes a decision that is fair and just. But this man didn't honour God, and he wasn't fair and he wasn't just. It's also a story about a widow, a lady whose husband had died. And she was all alone, and there were people in the town who were treating her very badly, and she needed this man to help her. So this is the story of the widow who kept asking. One day, Jesus told his disciples a story to encourage them to pray regularly and to keep praying until the answer comes. There was a city judge who had no time for God and tended to look down on people who were not as rich and clever as he was. His job was to sort out disputes between people according to the law and make sure people were treated fairly. Rich people could afford to pay him a lot to do this, but poor people could not. A poor widow of that city had been treated very unfairly. Others had taken advantage of her and broken the law, thinking they could get away with it. So she went to the judge for his help. She told him how unfairly she'd been treated, but he didn't listen. He didn't have the time. She was just a poor widow, and he had more important cases to sort out. He just put her off, hoping she would go away and not come back. But the widow would not be put off. People have broken the law and think they can get away with it because I am a poor widow. It's not fair, she shouted. I've been treated badly. I want justice, and it's your job to sort this matter out. The judge just ignored her. But the widow would not go away. She shouted down at him from her flat roof as he passed by. She yelled down at him whenever she saw him, "Give me justice." When the judge went to bed, she called out to him from the street, and in the morning she was waiting by his door as he left for work. "I'm a poor widow and I have been treated very unfairly," she pleaded. "Those who have treated me badly have broken the law, and it's your job to make sure the law is obeyed." When the judge went to buy fruit at the market, guess who was there? "When are you going to listen to me and give me justice?" she demanded. Everywhere the judge went, the poor widow was there insisting the judge take on her case. At last the judge gave in. Okay, I give in," he gasped. "I'll judge your case and make sure you are treated fairly, according to the law." The poor woman was pleased. At last she would have the matter sorted out and justice would be done. Then Jesus said, "If an evil judge can be worn down like that, don't you think that God who loves you will give justice to his people who plead with him day and night? Yes, he will answer them quickly. But the question is, when I, the Messiah, return, how many will I find who have faith and are praying?" So, if a bad judge eventually puts things right, how much more will a good judge do? A good judge like our Father in heaven. God is our good and generous Father in heaven. He has given us everything in Jesus, and he longs for us, his children, to come to him and ask. So, never stop praying. Anywhere, anytime, eyes open, eyes closed, whether you're happy or sad, pray, because we have a God who loves to give generously to those who ask. So let's pray together now. I'll pause now and then so you can repeat it after me. Dear God, thank you so much that you are a good and generous God who has given us everything in Jesus. Please help us to pray and never stop praying. Please help us to tell others the good news about Jesus. Amen. So now there's a download that you can access that have activities and discussions that you can do together as a family. Have a great week.